How are you all doing out there? It feels good to be back. As you know, I was on a little bit of a work trip there, saw some buddies, those sorts of things. I'll get a photo up on, actually, I do have a photo I'm going to get up on Instagram. Had a really good time. We are going, sorry I'm a little bit late here. We're going to be going over, of course, the two Alliance Coliseum bosses today. I'll admit, I was trying to just really internalize and decipher a video put out by Pepe this morning. It's a phenomenal, fantastic video. Hopefully you are watching it. You can watch it. What the hell is this? Key. What is this? Why would I spend $50 on a key? Okay. It does appear as though Daunted, which would dramatically affect some matchups with Onslaught, some really key matchups, has been silently nerfed. I checked the Trello board, didn't see it anywhere on there. So yeah, I'm gonna wait for more information from Kabam. I did think about making a video, but there's so much I don't know, and Pepe's video is very, very good, that I decided not to make it. Also, I wanted to get to this. I thought this was a little bit more timely. We'll let Kabam say what they're going to say, and then we'll go and kind of get the news out to you guys. And I'll probably editorialize on that one. What's up, dude? White, how you doing? Ozzy, what's up, dude? 682 Marquitos, what's up, dude? Hello, Kisama, what's up, baby? How you doing? Miku, how you doing? Wait, whom? Let me know who the whom is whoming. Whom are you speaking of which? Dost thou? I don't know. I am an American. I don't speak English like that. What's up, man? Thanks for being here, though. What's up, Tito? How you doing, man? Who was nerfed? So, look, we'll spend a few seconds covering it, and then I know people want to see the Coliseum. What is up, Iron Spider? What's up, Cypher? There's a box. Oh, yeah. What's in the box? What's in the box, man? We want to know. Oh, dude. Yeah, okay. No wonder they didn't talk about this on the live stream. Live stream was long as it was. I thought it was a good live stream. I had a lot of fun just doing it all with you. Ooh, wait, that 3-4. That's going to get some people. You know what? Let's go ahead and check. I'm going to bring up the, see if there's a free key. A free key. Not freaky. A free key. Totally different things. Totally different things. I want to see if there is a non-paid for key in the web store. So I'll pull that up real quick. Let's check that out. MCoC store. Oh, and it's Pepe who did the video. He obviously speaks mainly in Spanish. He's fluent in English, so he's actually wonderful. I've had conversations with him in English. So you make sure you attend his streams and things like that too, if you're interested. A phenomenal player and all that good stuff. But you can watch the video in with closed captioning in English if you're an English speaker like I am. And he does a good job in the video. It's really obvious what's going on. He spells it out quite nicely. There does not appear to be a free key. There does not appear to be a free key in the web store. Pulled it up very quickly here. You know, it's Kabam though, so there's a chance that in the next 5 minutes to an hour, that gets changed and they get their store working. So we'll see. Who was the nerf? Hopefully, you know me, man. If you're here, Kisame, you know I'm a jokester. And so the nerf, this feels very similar to Shocker. If you guys remember, Shocker was being used to take out to take out Maestro. And Kabam decided that they did not like that. That was bad. That was very upsetting to them. That was very upsetting. And so they didn't put it on the Trello board. They didn't put it in the patch notes. They didn't put it on the forums. They just changed it one day. They just changed it. Players notice. We're very unhappy. Very unhappy, understandably so. The explain for it was, it seemed like it was a bit of an order of operations thing where like the damage reduction should be going in first and then the heavy. And so they kind of fixed that. And that ended up nerfing Shocker by virtue of changing how glancing was being calculated or when it was being calculated. This feels very similar. Again, let's wait for Kabam to write their post on this, where they will explain to us. It seems like essentially damage with a Daunted was never intended to bypass protection. Little strange because Onslaught's been out for a while. I know Onslaught came out during Christmas And so a lot of us are like, oh, it was just a month and a few days ago. No, 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 no. He came out multiple Christmases ago, multiple Decembers ago. So it seems Kabam, whether it was a single person on their own acting as a rogue agent or it was a team of people, was like, this has gone on long enough. We need to stop this now in the middle of a battleground season that is wild as it is. So yeah. Again, though, let's wait for the official news to come out. How's it going? What's up, dude? Colin, how you doing? Should I rank for Mr. Knight, Super 40 or Unduped Stealthy? In that scenario, I would go with Mr. Knight. I do think Stealthy is a more broad champion, though. I love Mr. Knight, but I will say that I do think a Stealthy, but you would want him Awaken. Options for Crossbones RDL. Yeah, let's go ahead and jump into this, seeing as that's what the title and all that stuff is. Guys, like this is, I usually give a little advice. If you want to go for that sale, go for it, have fun. It's a lot of money on potentially just really whiffing, right? And check the drop rates. In fact, we've given Kabam crap for this in the past, where I don't think the drop rates on all those items is the same. Like the high price, like the value item is low. This is cool. I'm enjoying this. All right, so we'll go ahead and we will get into this. You guys let me know in the chat. Should we test out the arcade one first or Crossbones, the boner, the bones? We will not be doing our Dimension Arcade unless you guys just want to see me get really, really angry, which is sometimes fun. I did like The Simpsons and I liked Homer. Part of it was his charm in being angry. So here's the box. Spend a valiant key, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. You got to click the small little thing, guys. You got to click you got to click it, man. You got to do it. And you can see that your chances of pulling things, not all the same. It would appear the same. It would appear the same, but it is not actually the same. In fact, look at the drop rates for the Awakening and the 3-4. Not even close. Not even close. I will give kudos to Kabam for at least making this legible. And it is smaller than the other font on the same line. It is definitely clearly littler, but it doesn't appear hidden. So let's give them credit where credit was due. Way to not completely hide the misleading things. I managed to fish the arcade mode now, and they finally put just the tap option. I hated the swipe and down. Shiznit. Yeah, all right. Bones. We're doing bones first. We're going to get boned. Let's bone something, guys. During the live stream, they mentioned a change to top milestones for... Okay. Cool. Let's do it. This is the one... Okay, Okay. We said bones first. Isn't there supposed to be a free key? Agent, I went and looked at the store. There was not at the time. Look, I'm not insulting Kabam. If they find this insulting, I don't know what to tell them. It is pretty common for the store to not be working properly when a sale goes live. As a result, I think it's 50-50 that a free key appears at some point in time today. We'll find out when we get there. It's really fun. It's like a choose your own adventure where you don't actually choose. Okay, let's go. You guys chose the bones. You guys chose Bones. Bones is Solo, Arcade is Alliance. Thank you so much, Ghost Runner. Dude, I think those are really... This is really cool art. I actually really like this. I'm going to take a picture of that. I liked the Void one from last week. Now, they did say... okay, so the changes for the milestone and the tags and all that is in the Alliance. You guys know me. I misspeak a lot. If I misspeak, please just ask, because I know people are listening, not watching. I don't want to get them the wrong information. So let's go in and take a look at the bones, dude. What's he all about? What's he got for us, man? Let's see what these nodes are. I swear to God, though, if there's something with Daunted in here or Protection, we riot. We riot. The defender's immune to ability accuracy reductions, passives, and debuffs when the champion lands first hit. Oh, so it's just Bane. Okay, that's cool. The defender takes 100% less while they have less than 3 buffs. The defender takes 100% less damage while they have less than 3 buffs. That's going to be interesting. This reminds me of was this like the Odin fight in Necropolis, I think? Hold on, something's wrong with my OBS. What's wrong? Why is it doing this? There we go. Oh, and I forgot to thank Omnis for the Twitch sub last stream. This was before I left on my work trip, and they came in really late with that, so I wanted to give them credit. So thank you very much. Countdown to lockdown. At the start of the fight, a beneficial effect point spawns near the attacker. This point will trigger effects that advantage attacker either through. This is new, right? I feel like they put this in a side quest a while back. Interesting. When the attacker moves into the beneficial effect point, they gain a regeneration passive. That's completely new, correct? The rest of this is looking pretty much the same. He's going to have a SB2 bias. A third special attack. Okay. Now, let's take a look at his kit really quick. I want to just fully digest how he gets the buffs on himself. Now, he'll get them if we put debuffs on him. Okay. We obviously don't want him critting us, so that's not good. Is it his if we can get him to trigger his overrun? But that's going to cause issues with our ability accuracy, I believe. I think that's where this is going to get even more tricky for people. I'm interested. So you guys, I'll admit, I am not. Like I said, I normally would have prepared for this a little bit more. I was very caught off guard by the daunted nerf here, and trying to get some information on that Kushala. That's what I was thinking. Is like going with like a Kushala or a Nico type champion. Need to let him build his fury. So we could also put debuffs on him. Would be a way to do this. Kabam, we're consistent in how inconsistent we are. I mean, if I was Kabam, I would just fully lean into that. That's why I liked when they did the Kabam sticker and all that stuff, you know. What did they swap Arcade as next boss? So no, there's a solo and a alliance Coliseum bosses today. Kushala is the method. All right, let's I mean, shoot, you don't need to ask me twice to use Kush. To use the Kush. It's hard. It's hard. This Crossbones. Yeah, I can imagine. So so I just want you guys to see that he could totally smack you in the head if you let him. What's weird is you're not gonna want to. You're not gonna want to nullify. And then you've got that little healing space in case you mess up the Bane. So in general, Bane is, in my opinion, one of the nodes that you most want to that is like a key of the fight. And then we will, let's go ahead and do the good old SP2 here with the soul bar buff so we can keep all those. Why is he not throwing his special? What did I miss? Okay. So you can use his heavy as a chance. The spacing's really good there to get your heavy off. Right, so that works out really well. Oh, I'm sorry. That was actually his special one. Yeah, and so I mean, yeah, I can see this is great with Kushala, right? You get a nice opportunity to use your specials. Just remember that your parries aren't gonna likely stick. So yeah, I mean Kusha's like Crossbones. Kushala use SP3 and SP2. Can get your heavies in off his SP1. Remember, I'm not going to look to go and get like a high number of runs here. We're just looking to get a good sense for people so we give a group of champions for people to utilize. This is not about trying to get like a really long run. I could maybe try her again, but I don't really see a reason. After worst runs, he has to throw SP2. Okay, thank you for that. I appreciate it. Can you use Paviter? Let's check out. Let's check it out, man. Oh, you know what? Real quick though, let's see. Oh, they did limit the amount of champs you could use. Okay, let's check out. I want to see this real quick. I don't think they're considered buffs. The what she puts on, yeah, because they're just gonna turn into, yeah. Okay. Yeah, he's just purifying them, even if they were considered. Well, no, this actually might be really good. Because remember, when he purifies, he's putting the... when he purifies, he gets the... his fury. So... it looks like Jean Grey was not an option, right? I want to see this healing thing, see how much it actually does. We've got Bane on us. Transfer it back over. It's actually a pretty considerable amount of healing. It's you know, if you watched what just happened though, it was definitely a mistake to go in and try to utilize it at that time. So I would just be really cautious with that. Yeah, I mean, Dust is gonna help you consistently clear. Just pay attention to Bane. Yeah. This feels really smooth. I imagine you're going to see some really nice runs out of Dust. I would recommend using your striker to control the Bane node. I think if anyone doesn't know what Bane is, let me know, but I think most people know. But if you're newer to the game, you might not know what it is. It's essentially that degen that we're passing back and forth to each other. And so what I'm doing is my best to keep in mind when its timer is going to go down. So like right here, and then just transfer it back over to him as quickly as possible. I think it usually has, if I recall correctly, it has some sort of interaction with class advantage and disadvantage as well too. So Werewolf is working pretty well. This feels like another one. Honestly, I think Arcade is a more difficult fight, just in general. He's a defender. Crossbones really isn't. He's got the Purify, so there's that. Bane adds to it. This feels like another one where we're going to be able to say, like, look, just pick the champion you enjoy and use them. Abs, man, solo. You soloed it? Hell yeah. I can't get one health bar down with my domino. I'm ass. Hey, you know, sometimes when people say ass, they mean it in a good way. So maybe that's you. This right reminds me of old Act 6. That's what, yeah, it was Act 6. It had the Brutal Bane node. I I mean, it's really just honestly, guys. I think this fight is more. I'll be honest. I like that Kavam is doing this. That like, if you want to really focus in and just dial in and try to get like a tremendous run, you can. But otherwise, you can just kind of pick a champion that you enjoy using. The unblockable sure is nice. I'll say that. Could help with the Bane. I have that stupid BG's meta in my head so bad that I'm scared. I was scared to throw special 2s twice in a row. That's doing a lot into your block though. Because it's got all of those, yeah, you know what? That's going to be the danger of this guy, is he's going to hit so hard into your block because of all those Furies. And so unless you know how to evade the special 2, you're going to have problems. I do not know how to evade the special 2. I imagine it is possible. I'm writing notes for myself so that I can give out advice and make a video on this eventually. It's hard. So the problem with champions that are putting the debuffs on to get him his Furies, the negative is he's got all those Furies, and so when he special 2s you, it's going to hurt like hell. I tried White Tiger and she worked great, except I kept driving him to a special 2. I think just bring the heart. Yeah, that's what I'm saying is like, if you want to try to go for 10, 12, 13, 14 bars, I think you obviously can, right? But it feels like this fight is, and this is what I've liked about what they've done with, is it Solo? What I've liked about Solo so far is I'm not saying they're like easy fights. What I'm saying is that I think you can still have a pretty good time. You've got plenty of time to get it done and just go in and just kind of get better at it with the champion that you enjoy and you already have ranked. Like, rarely you're going to find yourself having to rank a champion for this if your account's already, like, relatively mature. I wish I had Kushala. Well, there you go. Like, and now there's an example. Someone's like, well, I'd be a lot better off if I had Kushala. White Tiger works well. Just need to learn the Dex SV2. Yeah. Is it possible? It's a possible Dex. Well, we know there's going to be a week of them having a champ. Yeah. Thank you so much for the follow there. Let's see the defender starts. I want to make sure that we're not missing a little trick in the notes. The defender starts with 4 special locked-in charges, with 1 being removed when the defender uses a special attack. Once the charges reach 0, the defender cannot use their special 1 attack. You know what else you could do is... Here, let's try this. The lack of Jean Grey is disturbing. I've come to rely on my broken champions. Why? Give her back to me. Why would you do this? Let's see, who was I wanting to... Would Mr. Sinister eventually start working? You know what, though? You guys are right. I'm understanding the initial comment about the pool feels limited. I know it might not look like I'm trying to do something, but I swear I am. I'm essentially seeing if Sinister, if you just basically stay here, I think the issue will be getting the... Yeah, getting the Fury bust up, because we've now turned off his ability to purify, right? Can anyone think of a way around this for Sinister to work? I can't. Because we've essentially turned down Crossbones' ability to purify. So he's not able to get his Furies. Like, I'm not trying to start, I'm not looking to do a rant right now or anything like that. Doesn't that feel kind of Bolsheviks that he's in the pool then? Like, is there any way for him to work? I'm trying to think if we're missing something. Keeping his health pool up feels by far the easiest, because with Sinister you can just stay in a location very easily. And before I just completely rule out Sinister and call Bolsheviks on it, but I can't think of a single way for him to get the Furies on Crossbones. Hey, what's up, Hilgendorf? How you doing? Just helping me now, so just getting my bearings. Yeah, I feel that. You only have a short window to do damage because it's Furies. Yeah, that's how it's feeling. NTW, the problem is NTW doesn't, all her stuff's passives. Wait for SB1? For who's SB1? For Crossbones? But see, he's only got one Fury, and we need him to have at least 3 buffs. So, and he won't drug it. So I was hoping there might be a little trick there, but it just feels wrong. Hey, what's up, Undarken? Thanks for being here, dude. I appreciate you watching on both sides, man. Okay, so Heroic Avery, let us know who you've got. That's one of the many reasons we do this stream, is to just help people figure out who they've got, right? I will eventually get out a video, but in me listing like the best options, you might not have the best options, right? So let us know who you have. So Sinister stops working because Purify. Sorry, who's the best option? So far, in my opinion, the best option was Kushala or Dust. I think Dust was I actually really liked Dust. This year, you're going to start to find, and this is why Kushala may actually be the best. Let's test that out, actually. Is because of Kushala's... Here, should we boost? Would you guys prefer seeing this boosted or unboosted? Let me know. Like I said, I'm not trying to get like some crazy run, so I don't really care if I'm boosted or not. No, so with Kushala, here, watch. You want to play it into Kushala. So right now I'm just going to kind of focus on the Bane. And I'm going to focus on getting myself special intercepted. Let's see if we can pull this back. So we'll throw our special 3. I need to refresh my memory on what special 3 does. I remember it is kind of like the long form option. She does so much damage that it's helpful to be aware. And we're never going to use our SP1. So we'll use the SB2 to soul barb this. Let's remove a few buffs. So Kushala, I think, is the option here, guys, because of that heal back on the off of the special 2. I think that's going to be the most challenging part of this fight for most people. Okay, he gets up pretty fast. Her heal back. I think it removes. I think her heal back. It's really helpful if you have the This is getting really specific. I don't think a lot of people are going to have all of this. If you have a highly ranked Kushala with this relic, right? Where is it? With the Scarlet Witch relic. And it is, I think, this blessing. Okay. So activating a blessing ability grants a regenerate. Words are hard. I kind of just got back from my work trip, so bear with me here. I appreciate your patience. Activating a blessing grants a rejuvenate passive, increasing regeneration rate by 6%. And then when Kushala blocks, or if you could, you want to even get really good at it, you could well-time block it, it'd be even better. That special 2, it's just going to help you stay alive in the fight. If you guys have a better option, see, the reason why I'm not SP1ing with Kushala is it's going to nullify the buffs. And you need to have the buffs up. I understand that normally you want to SP1. And let's see. On the final of each buff has a 50% chance to... Yeah, so you've got a chance to nullify all of the buffs. You're right, though, in that if you don't nullify every single one, and you leave up at least 3, it would be beneficial because then you're doing even more damage, and also you are lessening his fury when he throws a special 2. So you're right in that there could be a really nice benefit to it. Let's test it. I just think if you have all your spells up, maybe you could intentionally not get up all your spells. Let's give it a go. That's a good idea. Gain 1 stack of each blessing and place an indefinite judgment on the opponent, increasing the duration of Kushala's future blessings by 4 seconds. So I'm reading the special 3. Remember I was saying it was kind of like the SP3 one. For each active blessing, inflicted G-Gen. All right, so let's do that. And let's see that. That's a good shout. I just kind of immediately disqualified it as a good idea. Let's give it a go. So you don't have a 6-star Kushala. Okay. I have a 6-star Kushala, but she's rank 1. Who else you got? Hey, what's up, Razor King? And thank you so much for the follows. I have seen them come in. I really appreciate them. People are saying North Star is really good. I'm not a North Star player at all. His combo and everything. But it might be time to learn to play North Star. He's obviously going to... There's good reason... Oops, didn't mean to do that. There's good reason to think... he will continue to be good in these modes, right? And we've talked a lot on my channel about it's for a while. It's appeared as though Kabam is been working towards these longer form, not like Necropolis, but just like this, right? And they're giving us modes to do it. We're seeing more champions come. Like I wasn't shocked to see Blue Marvel when we pull JJJ. You know, we were pretty quickly able to see like, hey, over the course of just a couple fights, he's ramping up. We've got Star-Lord now, so. Wong, really? I love playing Wong. Oh, and he's going to go unstoppable. Ooh, I like that call. All right, so we'll try Kushala here. I'll try to have a better fight. And Wong at 9 bar at R2. Wongers. Okay. Let's try this. Let's try to get a decent run with the in utilizing the SP1 as well. We'll go SP3. And SP1. And I'm just gonna let him drill into my block. His SB1 is just right for the heavy punch too. If you're looking to keep your spells going, it's just it's like almost hard to mess it up. Maybe I will. Let's see if I do. All right, let's go. Let's see what happens. We've got a lot of buffs. How many did we? Hey! Who made this call? 2145 WW. Looks like you're right, man. Appreciate you making the recommendation. This is good. This is really good. And now oh wait, how many buffs are we gonna... Ah, this is nice. This is the good stuff right here, dude. Yeah, okay. I messed that up because I was trying to see how much she healed back, so I apologize. You saw how little damage she ultimately even took from that special too. So not only doing more damage because of your SP1 nullify, getting up more of the incinerates, but you are decreasing the amount of damage he's doing because of the lack of furies, and she's healing it back anyways. Let me try to get just one more decent run. I don't want to go crazy, and then we'll go for Wong. Thanks, guys. Uh, Other options I have is 6-star. People are saying Absman is good. North Star, I wouldn't go crazy ranking. Well, are these all? These are 7 stars. I wouldn't go crazy ranking North Star. Maybe bring him up to like rank 2. Like he's strong enough in these forms where you could rank him up to rank 2. The reason why I'm not saying to like take him up to a super high rank is I don't think he's this good all around champion. And so I'd hate to see you rank resources for a single fight. And he's probably going to be good enough. So it's like, you know, you would save yourself 3 or 4 attempts or something. But it's not going to be something crazy. Give this a go again. That's right. Good call, Cannon, about her I think they're called ignition buffs. I don't think it ultimately matters. Fire buff works for me. Dude, this is smooth. And the cool thing is with Kushala, this is another reason why I like this mode, or I mean, one of the things I'm enjoying a lot about this mode. It's like, I think it's more fun to play really aggressive. And, you know, if you make a mistake, it's okay. You can just, like, start over. Because all of your bars add up. It's not, like, all based on just your best run. So, like, I want to go for an intercept, so I did, you know? And if, like, I didn't get it, no harm in that. This almost feels weird, where you like almost intentionally want to keep your spells low. No, I don't think it matters. But look at this, we're still at 100% health. Come on, throw it. Oh, he can't. Oops, my bad. Sorry, Crossbones. I didn't mean to do that. Oh yeah, dude, this is a good time, man. Knock him over with the heavy here. And then you can just kind of keep your eye on the Bane, which is the degen. You can kind of just play that. And because of Kushala's playstyle, you don't need to worry very much about the light rule set. We're starting to take some damage, though. Did I forget about Bane? I think I did. Ooh, that wasn't the best. Yeah, I think that's really good. I don't understand how I need to play with Kushala. I think you kind of do want her blessings. And it was a good call. I've already forgot their name, but I shouted them out earlier. They made the call about go ahead and use the SP1. I didn't think we would want to. I'm trying to figure out how to explain to quickly play Kushala. Use your lights to get the ignition buffs up. You get a massive benefit from well-timed blocks, heavies, and intercepts. And then her spells, let's call them, that are in the upper left-hand corner, they actually kind of help you do them more. I've done a lot of videos on her. I'm not kidding. I actually got to be part of the design process with her. And I am a massive fan of the character from comics and things. I did do an essentials video on her, which is like my guide on like how to play her. I suggest checking it out. If you don't like my videos, no offense will be taken. There's a lot of really good guides on how to play her. Mr. Sinister works, but very slow. How did you get buffs to stay up? I actually could not do it, Rohan. The Scarlet Witch roll up with Rejuvenate Room. Yeah, I gotta try Absman. He has no damage. He really? Okay. We'll try Absorbing Man. What stance are you taking with abs? Or form, I guess it is. Wait, why didn't I get to... How do I need to parry him to get him to Purify to get the Fury buffs? That's the only issue I'm seeing with this fight is managing that Crossbone has enough buffs. What did you guys figure out that I have not yet? Yeah, I'm not saying he's not good, and I can see it. It just feels like there's more maintenance to do with him than there are with some of the other options. Yeah, I actually am not liking abs for this. New as in, I think they reset last Friday. Yeah, we'll try Wong. I wanted to see abs because I'll admit I did not think he was going to be great for this. And much like, you know, a viewer shouted out throwing T'Challa's SB1s when I had actually kind of dismissed them, I'm wondering if I missed something here. See, like, when you can create these moments, the damage is pretty good, but it's just so limited your time to keep those Fury buffs up. Anyone who really enjoyed abs, if you have a strategy, let us know, please. I'm not seeing it. Yeah, you have to parry him. I mean, there's nothing inherently wrong with that. It just feels like try again with the rock one and parry. Okay, we'll try it one more time. All right, so we don't need to do anything. He'll select the rock one on his own. So this was the other problem with it, guys, is as Crossbones gets to the Furies, your ability accuracy gets reduced, meaning So you see how like I'm not actually parrying him? I mean, I'm doing it, but the game essentially the parry stun's not landing, and then as a result, because of that, he's not able to purify it and get the fury. Uh, I'm not saying you're wrong. What I'm saying is I would not suggest this to I as a YouTuber who will put out a video suggesting options won't suggest this because I think a lot of people will end up in not having a very good time. Just I hope that's clear what the difference between I think you probably pulled something off versus giving advice out. Uh, I couldn't make it work personally. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Blue? Thanks for being here. We'll try Wong. Yeah, so sometimes though when players one if it's like their only option or if they're really good, like you've heard me over the years say so many times like look, if rank up your favorite champion cuz one you probably don't like a crappy champion. The chances of that happening are almost negligible. And if you do, it usually means you're probably still in like the 3-4 star rank up area where almost everyone's going to help you in like act 1 and 2. But also you're going to know how to play them well. So like let's say Abs is like, you know, one of your favorite champions, you probably are able to finagle this. Where if I'm giving out like broad advice to, you know, thousands of people, I'm going to go with someone like, again, Kushala or Dust, who simplify it so much more. So it's where it's like, what they're saying's possibly not wrong. Like, I don't think anyone's lying. You know, they're probably right. They probably did great with him. Danny Moonstar, I feel like we're going to have the same issue. She doesn't put buffs on champions, does she? I don't think Danny's gonna like this stuff. The thing about Danny is her it's her mist mechanic. So she can help you out that way for sure. I mishandled Vayne there. I think ultimately with Danny, unless you're utilizing the healing portion, here's you gotta really stand on it. Man. Wasn't I standing on it? Why didn't I get the heal? Do you have to trigger it in some way, shape, or form? People are loving Wong. I thought Danny's fine. Like I think Danny's a like if you don't have one of the superior options. I think she's gonna. I thought you just had to stand on the node to get it. This cannot be prevented by ability accuracy. So what happened? I mean, I went over it multiple times, and I was like, you have to stand literally on it. And then I did, and I still didn't get the healing. Right? Did anyone else see that and think I got the healing? Yeah, we'll look at the arcade fight too. Yeah, we'll look at arcade for sure. It definitely feels like the AI is. I don't know what to say about. You guys are. You know that what's the gif where it's like the guy. He's like, I prefer to say nothing. I. So again, with Shothra, I feel like the issue with Shothra is you are shortening the length of buffs. This is a she for me. I mean, let's try it. But she feels to me like she very much. Thank you so much for the follows, guys. That she's going to fall into the like champions that can work, but aren't going to simplify the fight enough. Yeah, because like even your atrophy isn't it reducing the duration of buffs, or is it not reducing the duration of? Yeah, I don't love Shothra for this either. That's interesting. Hold up. I want to do one more fight with Wong, just because some champions that people seem to have had success with. I feel like I'm not. Again, I think they're being honest, but I do not feel as though they would be good fights for me to shout out across YouTube in a video. Okay. Yeah, thank you, Jose. If I speak, I am in trouble. The AI, man, like, it feels... let's see. Let me think about how to say this. I'm glad that at some point Kabam finally did say that they had made a change to the AI, because if you've played the game long enough, there was a point in time where they tried to claim that they had never changed the AI. And it was kind of like, it's a little tough to believe. And so I was pretty proud, or not, yeah, actually at the time I actually was proud. I'll admit, I was proud at the time. Kabam had been forthright and came out and said, like, you know, we changed, I didn't mean to go to SP3. Trying to figure out how to say this and play it at the same time. That they had said, like, yeah, you know, we had done something to the AI. I don't remember what it was. It wasn't like a nefarious thing. It was like, oh, he doesn't have his Furies. See, I feel like Wong is suffering from the same problem the other the champions that don't put buffs on Crossbones is suffering from. Is at some point you end up, maybe you just gotta do it longer, huh? Nice. Now, did you guys see that step back into the light from Crossbones? That was really good. That was really good. So on the AI, I'll finish it real quick. Is Kabam has stated multiple times that the AI has no idea what's going on with nodes. I studied human behavior and those things. It really interests me. So I am aware that in these scenarios, we often interpret intentionality when there is none. Like if someone cuts you off on the freeway, sometimes they're intentionally doing it. By and large, they had no idea you were there, which is frustrating for a different reason. They're not paying attention. They're reading their phone. They're watching some dumb YouTuber, right? But it's not with intention. And so it's kind of like how I knew there'd be a lot of AI complaints when we went into this current Battlegrounds meta. Is because these current Battlegrounds metas were going to encourage us to take chances and be risky, open ourselves up to more things like what backstep light. So the AI itself hasn't changed, but the way we're interacting with it has. Does that make sense? And so we're forcing more opportunities for the AI to do the BS that it can do, right? So the AI shouldn't be able to do the BS that it can do. However, this is not proof that the AI has been recently changed. I hope that's clear, in my opinion. SB3, SB2, SB1. Okay, we'll try that. We'll go one more try with Wong. All that being said, I feel very confident that the AI has continued to be changed. And I don't know what the heck they're doing. Here, I gotta start over. Remember, there's a reason why at last year, once we started like having some fun again, and you all and all of that, I started calling this the carnival. And I don't mean that in an insulting way. I'm just saying, like, I feel like it's a carnival. Getting time to Bane well. I feel like it's a carnival, man. And where the games are kind of rigged against you, not like completely, but a small amount, enough for it to be frustrating or annoying. People who've played it more will obviously do better, Like you're at the carnival and you're trying to like win your kid the stuffed animal, like the basketball game, and the hoops in a way where you can't tell that it's smaller and at an angle and all that. But then some like guy just randomly shows up who's really good at it and makes it. So he makes it clear that it is possible to like hit the basket in the first one. What you don't know is that he's actually a carnival employee. And he's been practicing that shot, and that's like all he does. And so, when they make the game well and it's fun, it doesn't bother me at all. But when stuff like the nerf to Daunted comes out and they don't make players aware, it irritates me. It irritates me a lot. So yeah, I'll try to focus up on what I'm doing. There is a free, like, there you go, David. Alright. But so the SB3 is putting the fate seal on him, right? So now I don't know, guys. I think I see the vision with Wong. But, it's just one of those things where, like, with Wong, once you're ramped, this gets really fluid. Otherwise, I don't know. It's funny how I said that, and it's very clear that once you get the ramp going. Oh no, that was a gameplay mistake. That wasn't the AI. That was me. Yeah, I think Wong's fine, guys. I think he's better than the other options that don't put a buff on the defender, or put a buff on the defender. Like, I think he's better than Danny Moonstar for sure. I'm seeing how this could go. But I'm not. I think more people will have more consistent success with Dust or Kushala. I will say, I think Wong might be the champion that when I'm done streaming and I'm just trying to get in a good run, I might do it with Wong. It's this is fun. I see how this works. I think Wong, you get set up, you're in for a pretty good time. So we have Kushala Dust, Werewolf, Sinister. I did not like at all. Wong felt good. Danny Moonstar. Anyone else you guys see? I didn't really. That is a rank. It's actually only a rank 2 Wong. There's only a rank 2 Wong. I think once you get it set up, and then the fact that you can gain power so fast, you can go unblockable, you can heal. Someone pointed out like the SP2 didn't do too much damage into Wong's block. I think again, I know me, and I'm gonna go and try to get a good run with Wong later. You're just here so you don't get fired. What's up, man? Captcha. Okay, that's making sense. I think it's just getting the. I want to be clear. I mean these things in like a respectful way. There's been other weeks where it was like the week with Crossbones, where Crossbones was like the top option as far as like getting the highest number of bars. He was not my number one option in giving advice. The reason being, I think the vast majority of players were going to have a really bad time with him. So while the highs were probably the highest potential highs, for the vast majority of players, it would be a really bad idea. And so that's why I mentioned him and I tried to explain that. But when I don't remember who I had as number one that week. I just don't. But I do try to remember the audience, the amount of people that see it, and the various skill levels in there. Like if I feel at all like, okay, I'm having a little trouble getting the fight set up, I like to try to keep that in mind when giving advice. And then if you're a better player than I am, then you're like, dude, I'm fine. You know? Would Havoc be a good option, or will he take too much block damage due to the furies of Crossbones? So here, we'll do one last one, then I promise we'll switch over to the other fight. And I might not even get a video out on this one. I want to see how many are covered already and things like that. The problem with the champions who don't put a buff on Crossbones is you end up so we got one now watch this. So see how our parries are already failing? And so if they're failing, then he doesn't have the opportunity to purify them. So it's not so much that like it's not possible or that people are wrong. Oh shoot. It's that you have less. Oh, wait a minute. This is a different interaction. I see what you're saying now. I would want to get better at that. Because if we could get our heavy off. He purified. Damn it. And he's gaining so many furies. I don't know. What do you all think of this? This feels better than those other options for sure to me. Why is Havoc not healing? I don't know. I don't know if that's you're talking about from the little node. I don't know if that's bugged or what. Let's do that one more time. I don't know if that's bugged. I went over it on a previous fight, and I've just been ignoring it now because I went over it. I felt like I read the node. Maybe I'm missing something about the node. I went over it. Nothing happened. I went over a second time. Nothing happened. I then literally stood on top of it. Nothing happened. In reading it, unless there's like another node that is modifying it, I don't feel like it has any trigger aside from you just go near it. At the start of the fight, vengeful effect spawn behind the attacker. When the attacker moves into the beneficial effect point, they gain a regeneration effect on 10%. And maybe I triggered it earlier without realizing it. Maybe it's on a cooldown. Then no, didn't work for Danny either. All right, this is the last one, and then then we are going to move on to arcade. Yeah, Dust was I really liked Dust. Come on. If you could get that to stick, but you really can't. It would be really cool if you get that to stick. You think Kushala is the best? I think it's I think Kushala and Dust. I also think a well-played Wong I could see a lot of ours. I could see a lot of ours out of a well-played Wong. Yeah, maybe I had the note on cooldown. I'm not currently seeing a cooldown timer. So it could be as simple as that, is in trying to stream, explain, analyze a fight, and do the fight, I missed that I had put the note on cooldown. There's a chance it's that. The healing portion of it. For anyone who's not sure what I'm talking about. I can't tell if I've gotten a little better at managing the fight, or if Havoc is just truly, for some reason, better than the other options. Okay, yeah, I think Havoc is fine. What's that, Boris? How you doing, man? The way I would do this is I would put 1 and 2 Kushala and Dust at the top. I do think Wong is like a solid 3. If you're really good with Wong, I think you could get probably similar scores for sure. I thought Danny was fine. Havoc was fine. Werewolf, I think you're gonna die to his special 2 a little bit, but like if you're desperate, Werewolf. I did not like Sinister at all. You got 10 with Wong. Did you feel like you could go farther? My sense is that Wong will be the champion that people get the highest score with. But Kushala and Danny are going to be a lot more consistent. Yeah, that's me too. I just kind of wanted to end the fight, to be honest. Yeah, let's do arcade. Havoc has a thing where he deals extra damage when the defender purifies his debuffs, which was why I was curious about him. I know Bishop is similar. I bet maybe I'll go back and test Bishop later. I promised that we'd do arcade, so I want to get onto that a little bit too. Okay. But again, as far as like just the mode itself, I continue to be very happy with what Kabam's doing with it. I think there's a variety of options. I think if you're not like the best, if you're not like in the top 5% of players, you can still get it done. There's a variety of champions who can be consistent and get it done. You have a lot of time. I'm talking about solo arcade or solo Coliseum. Okay. Alliance, my My advice as of now still remains completely the same. That how do we see the node? Offensive burst. Remember, the tags are supposed to do more this week. That was an update they made. So I'm going to try to get at least 2 of the tags in for these runs. Let's see how well we can do. Offensive burst hero. Fantastic. Okay. Here's the node. The defender rotates between stun, slow, and heal block immunity. That's concerning. Parry. What times the defense will turn? Okay, that's fine. Intercepting defender grants the attacker non-sacking block regen. That's also concerning. Is that... I'm thinking the healthy disposition and the reinvigorator are like the combo. The stun immunity might be more difficult because with arcade, ideally you're knocking them down with your heavy, right? We're going to focus on trying to bait the SP1 as well. So if we can get a champion with like a taunt or something like that to help us out, we're just going to focus on getting down like 3 to 5 bars. Just let's keep it simple. No reason to overcomplicate it. All right, and what were the what were they? They are offensive burst, hero. Fantastic. You know that if we saw our boy, Red Guardian, we were going to have to go with him. Yeah, I mean, the fact that like Spider-Woman, Carolina Dean are both available options is pretty big. Odin, right? People can probably get Odin going really well. I think Spider-Woman's even immune to poison, which will be probably one of the challenges of the fight. I've never been good at fighting arcade. I'm being very brave today. Weapon X, how come you didn't have as much success with Red Guardian? Was it, is there something about his kit that didn't interact as well? Like the inability to stun, maybe? I could see that being a problem. I could see that being a big problem. Vox is the best pure option for arcade. Absolutely. Yeah, I think the stun going down is actually going to be and the slow immunity. And stupid node. I already messed this up. It's a little warm-up exercise. I'm gonna continue it. I mean, he might kill me right here, so it doesn't matter. I mean, we moved on, but I just want to say Crossbones block damage was reaching 20 with some Furies, which is insane. I think that's... Yes, you're correct. I think... Hey, new best! We did it! We did it, guys! I think that's the challenge of the fight. Like, again, remember... well, one, thank you. Welcome to be here. When I'm doing this, the way I'm evaluating this is, what are the challenges of the fight? And then my advice is based on the defenders that are going to help you minimize the challenges. Because I think you're then going to have more consistent success. The better player you are, the better you're playing that day, the more highly ranked you have the champion, obviously the better you're going to do. So I agree with you. The block damage with Crossbones was absurd, which was why when it was pointed out that we could SP1 with Kushala, that moved her back to my number 1. Because she heals back from damage into her block. You are able to keep Crossbones' Furies low, meaning he's doing less to begin with, damage. And then of course, she's doing tremendous damage. So I agree with you, though. Just to be clear, I agree with you. Red Guardian worked fine, just not as well as the other two. The poison got to him quick. I only did a couple runs with him. One of the things I'm trying to figure out with him is, you know, ideally playing him, you like are breaking your like here, I'll show you guys. I would break my shield. Well, no, I'll wait. I don't want to be dumb about it. But so like right now, I can't stun to get my knockdown in, which ideally I want to do. This is already on a terrible run. We'll start over. So ideally with Red Guardian, when you're trying to play him quickly, you can let the opponent break your block, which will fracture your shield, and you will stun them. I don't think it'll, because he's stun immune. Well, let's just see. Yeah, see, like, nothing good has happened, and he's thrown his shield. Or his token, or whatever the hell he calls his. And then I would want to get up my slow, because that's going to increase my combat power rate. I'm obviously messing up these dexes. As much as I love Red Guardian, I don't think he's a wonderful player. You'll see some nice numbers out of him, but his desire to slow and stun, I think, is going to hurt him. I see what you're saying, Weapon X. Yeah, we'll try Carolina and Spider-Woman too. I haven't been able to dex Cork Trust one no matter how much I tried. It's a tough one, man. When he came into the game, I was playing in Tier 1 War, and we had a pretty intense BG leader at the time. And he used to do these, like, challenges. They were ultimately fun, right? Because we were enjoying it. Okay, oh, sorry, I'm keeping my notes. All 3 tags. Red Guardian. Node messes up his loop. I do think Red Guardian could work. You're just going to have... you're gonna have more difficulty lining up all of his like debuffs, and because one of them is slow, you're gonna want to stun. It's gonna get nasty. I'll probably try off stream when I have just like not in a hurry to see if I can figure out a way to get it done. If you interrupt Arcade's heavy with your heavy, you could refresh the debuffs, not worry about the slow, and get the debuffs from the fractured shield and the SB3. So that's probably the route to go. Oh, anyways, so with Korg, we basically like had to keep going until we got it. And with Korg being around a bit more, I find myself needing to dex SB1, and I'm still pretty good at it. It is possible. It is possible. It's very difficult though. I remember the trying to get good at it, and it was not easy. Is 6-star Red Guardian still worth ranking up? I think so, because Red Guardian is not so we can't stun, so remember that you can't stun in that moment. Oh, shoot. Obviously, getting more consistent with the SV1 today would be ideal, so you can avoid what the problems I'm literally having. I think it's pretty obvious. I'm struggling with the mental load of the fight in Carolina. Carolina is great for arcade roll. Her Buckle specials can ignore auto attack. Yeah, I want to try to get in a good run, and then I'll give my opinion on Carolina. I think she's good. Do you want to try Jugs yet for the Crossbones fight? No. Was he one of the available options? I think you might, if your Jugs is awakened, he might start nullifying all of those Furies. Practice Dex Core. I play with sound on. When I first started streaming, I had difficulty getting sound to come through, and it was very difficult for me. It wasn't. I think it was Legacy who showed me how to get sound to come through my headset. Oh, sorry, I never fully answered the 6-star Red Guardian question. I believe he's still not in a basic crystal or Titan. There's no other way to get him. So I think as a result, because he's so good, he does rise to the top of the 6 stars that are worth ranking up. Some people misunderstand that, and then they think like they shouldn't rank up like a 6-star Kingpin. Make sure you're not then like attributing things I'm not saying. Like some champions are so broken and are going to help you so much through questing that if you pull them as a 6-star, well, I guess Kingpin was a special crystal too. But if there's other examples you're curious about, ask me, please. Because it's not just about champions that are not available in crystals. There's more to it than that, in my opinion. Sun. Launch. It's stunning you. Don't make that dumb mistake, and you'll have a better time. That was kind of cool. There's enough hits in her special. I didn't. I thought I nailed it. I think with who's had good success with Carolina Weapon X? How many bars did you get? Crossbones SP2 is a simple dex. It's the same as Cork SP1. Oh, really? That I did not know. That would change that fight considerably. We can go back to that one. I suppose the key to learning the time is you have to text earlier, blah, blah, blah. Hey, what's up, Boris? Mojo has turned out to be a decent option as well. Atrophy keeps the Furies down, but hater buffs keep him... Oh, good call. Okay, we'll have to go back to that one. I think Spider-Woman is going to be the best for this, as far as getting all your tags. Carolina can be really good. The thing I struggled with, and you guys saw, was the rotating node of what he's immune to, and then trying to like what was helpful to me, Carolina, was not trying to force myself to get into the sun. Obviously, ideally, you want to be in the sun, but I think that also started causing some problems. I think Spider Woman being poison immune is going to simplify the fight tremendously. Can't get that dex to save my life right now. Yeah. I'll have to practice that later. Yeah, I don't know how much that's her being slow and me maybe not like playing her super great. Like if you could hit the SP2 dex, you can push him to a special 2 more. Um, she's also poison immune, which I think is really helpful in case you do mess up the special 1 evade. There's also times where when he heavies, you want to punish it as best you can. This is a fight where I think the more you... This sounds stupid. Obviously, the more you do it, the better you're going to get at it. But I think this is one where you're going to notice large increases in your ability to do it. And if you can nail the SB2 decks, that's going to help out a lot too. We need to make a push to get switching between mastery setups to be for free or greatly reduced. The Atlas hitting such a wide variety of matchups these days. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Wasn't there a node that heals you? Thank you so much for the follow. Intercepting the defender, grants the attacker non-sapping. Okay, so that would help too. I want to try to get a better run with her. I'm gonna try to get a better run. What's up, Dread? How you doing, man? You haven't, you got any secret options for this arcade, dude? He's being really mean, dude. And there's only so long I wanted Dex's SB1. After a while, it just gets tiring. I think that's the sound to follow. Thank you so much. Like, I think Spider-Woman just feels slow because you're setting up these like moments of damage. But I'm not so sure she is quote-unquote slow. Oh, she paid me there. Thanks, girl. I owe you. And I think knowing the SB2 evade would speed this up considerably. That's a very inopportune time for stun immunity to come up. Faith, is that post up on Daunted? I became aware of it while trying to set up this stream. It was not good timing. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we did Crossbones earlier. Is there a post up from? Is there a post up on the Daunted issue? And I'm now looking at the store. There is a free key, so we'll claim the free key. So everyone, make sure you go to the store and claim your free key. I'll see if there's a post up on Daunted. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. I'm not seeing anything on the Daunted issue yet. For those who don't know, um, for those who don't know, as of right now, it appears as though Daunted has been either bugged or it was stealth nerfed. Wasn't put on Trello boards or anything like that. Let's wait and see what Kabam says. Yeah, I watched Pepe's video. I thought it was really well done, and I appreciated him making it. Have I tried holding? No, no, no. We just ran through the 3 champions that have the appropriate tags, or like the 3 best tags. I want to try Carolina one more time, now that I've got like a slightly better handle on the fight. For those who don't know, these are the tags. Putting in our I think that was you, Mike, that was saying that. And I'm not going to be able to talk and do this at the same time. I think there's a pretty decent mental load on this fight. I will say right now that I actually think it is fair. But I know not everyone wants to play the game at this level. And so I think that's probably where this gets tough. I said I wouldn't talk, and yet here we are. Learning the SP1 evade has been extremely helpful. I spent so much time yesterday learning the SP1 evade that I forgot to practice the SP2. And I do think that has been holding me back. Oh, shoot. I was trying to throw my special. He just got to it first, I guess. And I think if I learned the SP2 evade well, I'd be having a lot more success with this fight. Just trying to get that intercept. If you want to use Carolina, actually with any of them, my advice is one of the things I'm starting to really move to focusing on is, remember how when we first started this node, it's causing issues with the decks, I'll admit that. Is one of the first things we said when I saw the rotating immunities, the stun, slow, and I think it was heal block, I said, uh-oh. Because one of the things you often want to do against Arcade, if you can, is stun and heavy him, right? What's causing the other problem for me with Carolina is wanting to get the passive stun up while in the sun to gain more power. But if you stun immune, it's like basically instant death for you. if I paid attention to just that, like I'm almost watching solely his health bar for that node, it's made the rest of the fight a lot easier, except for the dexes. So that's kind of a problem. You're thinking just block everything, so utilize the glance, heavy counter, his heavy, and only SB2? I can give that a go. I hear you though, Mike, and I want to be clear, and that I should have just not talked while doing the fight, is this is I think a tough one for them to hit right. And this is what happens with any mode, right? Is what group of players are they trying to hit? Like, I'm right at the place where I'm like, cool, this is giving me an excuse and a reason to try to get better at fighting arcade, which I've historically been very bad at because I didn't know the SB1 decks. Yesterday, I decided to spend time learning the SB1 decks. I'm now significantly better at fighting him, but it's going to be more for battlegrounds where the health pool is small. So I'm struggling when he gets to 2 bars of power. What to do with that? Carolina might handle that for me. Never mind was wrong. It goes away. What's that, Kisman? Running into auto block stun immunity on this one. Yep. Yeah. It's the node. That's the challenge. Like, I'll try to get in just a couple more runs with Carolina because I would like to try to get in a better run because for me, of the 3 champions that fit the criteria, she feels like potentially the best for the majority of players. So I'd like to get at least a slightly better run. Oh, dude, we all make blunders. No worries there. Wait, why did he auto block that? I see your strat, and I think it's for those who don't know, can't see it. This is from Antidote, saying just block everything, counter heavy is heavy, only SB2 and light. I could see that going very well. I'm gonna do one more, and then we'll move on to a different champ. Interesting. Okay, after this fight, let's have a conversation. Because I mean, I don't feel like I'm having like these tremendous results. But I'm not finding this like unfair, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't. I'm just saying that I'm not. I want to see where everyone's at. I wanted to get the tokens down. I know throwing the SB2 would have been better, or it would have been more damage. Okay, just real quick, because I know people come and go. If you have Carolina, for me, she is by far my favorite. Ideally, if I was just playing, I would take a break. I'll admit my fingers are tired. I'm tired of dexing the SB1. I'm tired of dexing or paying attention to his immunities, because that's the big struggle in the fight, is when is he immune to stun, right? And you're trying to get the sun, and then if you miss a dex, or if he gets any of his traps down and he gets his arcade tokens, you then need to almost stun him. I have saved my striker for those exact scenarios. I've then utilized my striker to intercept, or if he's hitting into my block, use the striker so I can get a heavy off to get rid of the arcade tokens. I have completely prioritized that. That would be my advice. If you have Carolina, like if I played the rest of this run well, which I probably won't, I could see multiple rooms still happening. And remember, she has all 3 tags. What I'm wondering is if they haven't really given enough, if maybe to make players, and I mean this in a good way, to make players contented, if they haven't given enough bonuses for the tags. We'll see that when we're done with this fight. It'll be the first time we've paid attention to it. And then when we're done with this one, we'll talk about this a little bit, because I know your guys, and I know these commenters are saying this feels a little bit much. I know them. You guys aren't typically complainers, so I think that gives even more validity to the criticism. All right, I'm going to try to finish this off, just see how much I can get done. Also, thank you very much for the strategy antidote. I have found that getting used to that, for those who don't know, the strategy was just literally just block everything as much as I can. You want to get in the sun, though, so you can get your iridescence, so you can then glance things, which has been really helpful with the SB2. I would also look up a how to dex SB2 video. The SB1 I've got down. I'm happy with that. The SB2, if being able to dex it would be very, very helpful. Stink, also not a fan of this week. Okay. There is a lot to pay attention. I am finding it way more difficult than I have of late to stream and talk and try to do the fight as well too. All right, here we go. Funny, and then I immediately die. So that was cool. Hey, what's up, work? I haven't gotten more than 5-6 bars out of either fight this round. Feels like a massive jump for all the ones we've had previously. I mean, I appreciate you coming and saying that. For those who don't know, Work is a very good player. I think I don't think I've gotten over 3. Again, we're testing champions. No, it looks like the most has been 2. As we test champions, how far are we off? I'm already at podium level 1, or I'm already at level 2 on podium 1. Podium 2, confirm. I also would suggest, do not do what I'm doing. Do not switch which champion. Find a champion you like and then stick with it, because the fight does change, like what you're paying attention to, the mental load, it changes per champion you're using. And I gotta admit, it's exhausting. It is exhausting. I'm being a little dramatic, but you get it. Gallon works pretty nicely. Had 2 of the tags and his damage is really good. Okay. Hey, what's up, Beat? Let me do like 1 or 2 more runs with Carolina because of what I just said about switching the Let's open this really quick. Obviously, I would love the 3-4. I think there was like a 0.0% chance, 0.07% chance to get it. It looks like what we got instead was some 6 stones. Let's see what we can use them on. Oh, wow, I've got a lot of these. These were 7 stars? Oh, geez. I mean, no time like the present, right, boys? Let's see if we can get... I want to try to get 4 bars. Let's try to get 4 bars. And then we'll move on to some other champions. I'm going to reset my game real quick. I think it was just me, though, honestly, getting tired. I will admit, I'm still pretty tired from my work trip getting back. I don't think the game or my phone was causing any problems. I think it was just me, just generally getting tired. It was a free key from the store. They did eventually get one. Okay, so let's talk about this fight. Those fights being annoying, then hard makes you lose your mind faster, you lose focus. Absolutely. So that's like, look, you guys know I have no problems criticizing Kabam when I think they're being unfair, when I think transparency is beyond bad. If I think I've said lying before, right? Like I have no problems with that. I'm always about being fair, though, right? When you tune to this channel, you don't know if you're going to get like happy, fun, or like irritated, because we don't know what's coming in. Is it irritating and unfair and lying, or is it fun and whatever? And so I'm always going to try to be like positive about it and help us laugh and get through it. But my feeling is this fight is tough. This is a tough fight, but it is doable. It doesn't feel... thank you so much for the follow there, Matt Fax. I feel like these Coliseum fights, because they're repeatable, because you don't have to do a bunch of fights to get to it. It's not like the last fight in Necropolis where you got to like go through all of these things and then all of a sudden you're like reverse controls and you're like, oh cool, this wouldn't be that bad if I could practice it. And they're like, well, just spend 20 hours getting there and you can practice all you want, you know? And so I personally do not feel like, for me, this is pushing me farther than I feel like is fair. Me, the YouTuber, or me, the someone who's listening to my community, right now it feels like you guys are saying like, dude, this isn't fun. Am I getting that correct? Because that's the thing, right? Like I'm always saying with Kabam, I don't care what your spreadsheet says. If your players aren't enjoying it, then it was a failure. If your players are not having fun, if your players are actively not wanting to do it, then it was a failure. I don't care what the spreadsheet tells you. So if that's what you guys are saying, then I need to know. I would really appreciate if you guys would tell me that, you know? Hey, what's up, Ed? Anyone else notice Juggernaut is removed from the champ selection? So Juggernaut's been removed. Okay. Personally, I think it's annoying, but also fun. That's where I'm at. I'm like, this is hard, but like, I want to get better at arcade. Like I'm having fun using my... I also have 7-star rank 4 champions, so let's keep that in mind too. I know not everyone's got that, so that's also a little different. Busy with work today, so my time has been very limited. Yeah, well, I appreciate you stopping in. It's not fun, you don't have the counters. And I think that's fair. I hadn't read your comment yet, but I think if you don't have Carolina, I think Spider-Woman, you could get there, man, but it's going to be a real B, man. Thank you so much for the subscription there, Swape. Thank you so much. Let's get you up on the floor. And the follow. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Let's know if you have a question or anything like that. Doing medium level only. Canuck's a good player, guys. Like I often fight him in like Mysterium Battlegrounds. So if you're struggling with this, do not feel like any, I don't know, whatever negativity about it. You can feel negative towards the game if you want, but you know, I think oh, dude, Hildendorf, thank you so much for bringing that up. Vox is the natural counter to Arcade. If you have a Vox, I would suggest leaving him till he fits a tag. Shoot, man, I should have got the video out. But whatever, you guys are here, so you're getting the advice. If you guys want to, well, let's try to find options in the other tags. I am going to save Vox because Vox is the most natural counter. You can get your Undermine up and you're good. Actually, doesn't Super Scroll have an Undermine now? Buff Super Scroll. I think it's pretty easy to keep up if I remember correctly. So I would kind of work on that. I'm going to get in, like, now that I've talked for a little bit, Jamie, I'm going to get a couple more runs in with Carolina, see if I can get it better than I've been doing. And then we'll definitely go and try other options. I don't think they're unfair, but that's a lot going on. And they're both very punishing. That is a perfect sentence for how I feel. A little reward for your advice about the game. Thank you very much. I really genuinely appreciate this so much. Is Vox or Gore on the list? There aren't now. We'll get to it. But I would save Vox. And then if you get to podium 5 and Vox doesn't fit any tags, then hey, no, you didn't lose anything. You just got better at the fight and that sort of stuff. And then you can go in and use your Vox. But yeah, I've seen that every week where I was like, oh no, guys, save your best counters that aren't tagged, save them. But everyone, we work on it. All right, let's go. That advice from Antidote, I think, did simplify this fight too. The downside to it is you gotta be on your punishment game. Does anyone know the SB2 evade for Arcade? That's where remember I was talking about saving the striker? That was like literally it. Okay. But I think you saw like just focusing in, sticking with the strategy. And I think our best run had been 2 bars. And what did we end up here? 6. And I think if you get that SB2 evade, it's going to get even better. So, yeah. Scream meets 2 tabs as well. Okay, I have no clue how to play Scream, but that's good to know. Thank you very much. Carolina. I really liked Carolina for this. Arcade's SB2 is very similar to Crossbones SB2. Maybe intentional. Could be. Could be. I try not. Yeah, it feels like it is. Thank you so much, everyone, for the follows. I heard them coming in on the other side. You got 8.25 health bars. Yeah, I'm liking her by far the best. By far. I don't know if you understand. I did, Mr. Comment. Dread. In fact, so Scroll does have a I can't think of what his anti auto block thing is called. All right, so let's just do offensive burst in hero. Undermine, thank you. I see WW and I can't help but think of Wonder Woman, but I know that's not what you mean. Werewolf? Werewolf reduces, I think, the duration of poisons by like 90% or something like that. Wong has unblockable. Honestly, I didn't think Spider-Woman was bad for the fight. I did agree that it started to feel slow. You know what? Just real quick, just for kicks and giggles. Undermine, yeah, thanks, guys. Try Wiccan for Crossbones. The problem, Wiccan doesn't place buffs, does he? I don't think he does. I think it's the neutralize. Oh, you can't reduce Arcade's debuffs? Okay. I just want to, we're just going to have a little fun trying out a few things, okay? Yeah, this might not work. I've also, like I said, I would not suggest sitting there and trying to do this for hours. I think you're just gonna end up really tired from the dexes. Like these aren't like simple dexes in my opinion. I think this could be a fun option. uh, oh, shoot. No! Damn it, I wanted to get off at least one big SP2. Medusa has 2 tags as well and has true accuracy. Doesn't Arcade turn off true accuracy though? Yeah, I think there actually is. So this is a perfect example of like a champion I'm enjoying. I think it's fun. Remember, I think he's got something in his kit that actually entices the defender to be more aggressive too, right? Kind of helps with like his intercepts a little bit. So that can help you play into the node, because if you intercept the defender, you're getting like a heal. I'll try this just a few more times as we continue to try different options. I found his animations to be more the problem than anything else, but I also am not used to playing him being tricky. He's also saved my butt many times on the Yeah, I know this hasn't looked great this run, but I think this is going to be a pretty good option, guys. You focus in on okay. Yeah, I think this might be a good option. You just focus in on, much like we did with Carolina, where we just like narrowed down what we were focusing in on. I think with Paviter here, it's similar. You focus down on what he's immune to at a time, and you go for the intercepts. You're going to get the healing back. And you could even utilize the power control better than I was doing. I actually really like Paviter for 2 tags. Um, Give Gallon. Okay, and I'm happy to move on to some other champions. Oh, is that Barrowman? Barrowman, what's up, dude? I was actually watching you the other night. I think it was last night actually. Um, I don't know for a fact. I that might be Barrowman, Barrowman, because I know he is on Twitch now. I was watching him on Twitch. But confirm. I'm always a little hesitant to tell people that they'll get it because for all the reasons we've discussed in this stream today, the various bugs, errors, things not being live, communications, like that sort of thing. Okay, so people are asking for Gallon, right? Does that hit any of the tags? Yeah, he hits one of them. All right. And then again, I think this is gonna, like I said, every time you do the fight, it changes, like... I know I'm struggling with the dexes now, guys. They probably should get out of the poison, but aside from that, it's great. This is why I was saying I wouldn't try to sit here and do all of it at once, because it does get exhausting. Just gotta get out of here. I'm just playing like crap now, guys. R3 Sig 200 Angela, 5 bars easy. I play terrible. It's slow though. Angela. What tags does she satisfy? I think in the future, if they do this, I'm gonna do one Coliseum, take a break, and then do the other one. Gallon meets 2 tags. Yeah. And I see why he's good. I just am playing like crap now. It's like, it's gone. I mean, this seems slow, but it definitely works. The stun immunity coming up right there was unfortunate. But I mean, yeah. Might sound outlandish since I won't be playing LA Coliseum, but what about Venom the Duck? We can take a look at it. What I'm also wondering is if there's just a better way to attack arcade in longer form. I'm used to approaching it from a battleground standpoint, evade the SB1, just get in, get them done. And I'm wondering if there's a superior way going through the SB2. New Mole Man, first time dupe Kushala Arcus, and from 26. Dude, hell yeah, you crushed it, dude. Congratulations. He's just safe with the unstoppable and getting. Yeah, it just. If you're, I think if you're like you just want to plug away. I mean, that really could have gone on for like 5 to 6 bars, and it was like totally safe, totally fine, just like good to go. So I see it for sure. I still like I will probably try to get a good run with Paviter at some point. Scream, that was a great shout. Where is Super Scroll? Does he not fulfill any of these? Oh, I don't have a 7-star Super Scroll. No wonder. What are his tags? So Super Scroll is 2 tags, Super Scroll. Guys, use Super Scroll. Dread's probably not here anymore. But check out his channel and see if he's got a video up. CGR destroys? How many bars? What's up, MCoC Encyclopedia? How you doing, bud? Are you going to be streaming this or putting out a video soon? Hero Fantastic Force. No. Just what rotation did you use for CGR and how many bars? This makes me wish Slayer was still around, man. Because he would pull off something cool as hell. I did 12 with Boost, SB3, then SB2. Okay. Yeah, Chuki. Vox is who I would recommend. I don't know if I'm actually going to get a video because I got to eat lunch and then I might have to just get on to work. Video's just gone out. No stream video, just checking in. Give it 5 minutes. All right, cool. Everyone, make sure you, I mean, I'm sure you will. Make sure you watch MCoC Encyclopedia. I'm sure it's going to be fantastic. You just going over like best options and stuff, bud. My recommendation would be to hold off on Vox until the final day. Because I do think Vox is like the pure counter. Vox is the, same with Super Scroll. Actually, if Super Scroll's undermine's easy to keep up. I don't remember if it is or not. My person top option for damage and sustain. Video's just gone out. All right, cool. Thanks, NC. I was gonna do videos on both of them on like best options and just try to help people out in that regard. I still might, but like I said, I might have to just get to work. The stream's gone longer than I intended, but I've actually enjoyed the fights. Vox 8 bars. Don't play CGR at all anymore. I'm pretty sure I'm messing up the rotation. There's no point in me sitting here and just playing crappy anymore. I am playing quite bad now. I hope this was helpful. This wasn't what I intended to do. I intended to make top 10 lists for everyone for videos. I still think we have a lot of good options. I don't know if I'm going to get videos though, because like I said, I have to get back to work. The good part about fights like this is that they end up being able to battle these zones much better and usually leave being able to dex their specials. Yeah, so like I've got Vox's special 1 down. That's no problem. I practiced that yesterday. What I didn't anticipate was needing to dex his special 2. I think if you've got that down, you're probably having a better time. I also think for sure Carolina is phenomenal for this. I would say Vox and get Super Scroll going. Yeah, that's what I was saying to wait for Vox, is wait until the last day. If you know you're going to anyways, just wait and see if he ends up with tags. But, I mean, I don't think it's the end of the world either. Like, I don't feel like you've, like, ruined everything now. Let's go ahead and raid someone. Let me find up a good channel for us to raid. Oh, it looks like Lags is doing it right now. Let's go ahead and follow Lags. Make sure you give him a follow. We'll raid him, and he might know how to fight Vox a little bit better, anyways, which would be, I think, helpful. So, thanks everyone for being here. Appreciate the Twitch subs. We'll be back tomorrow. Yeah, we'll almost certainly be back tomorrow, even if it's just for like the new EQ, see how that's going, or check in on these fights again too. Thanks so much. Keep an eye on my YouTube. We might get a video out. We'll see. Thank you, everybody. Bye bye. And what were you saying, Weapon X? The good part about fights like this is, yeah. You're tired. Yeah. I'm just tired, basically. I would, if I was purely playing, I would have taken a break a long time ago, and then you get the fight done, save yourself some items and frustration. Thank you everyone for hanging out. Just go raid Lads. I'm sure you all subscribe and let them know I said hello. Thanks everybody for being here. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye bye.